The second race of the weekend for the Caterham Graduates Racing Club Sigma 135 cars. First race was yesterday and it was a cracker, a brilliant duel for the victory between Jamie Winrow and Tom Power. Jamie Winrow on his debut in the Sigma 135 category. Reigning champion James McCall took third ahead of Mark Noiro. And earlier in the weekend, Ian Waterhouse caught up with Mark Noiro down in the paddock.
Right, here we are down in the garages. I've delighted to say I've got Mark Noiro with me, and we're going to have a chat actually about the Caterham Graduates Racing Club, aren't we, Mark?
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for coming in. We've got 104 members this year, so we're one of the biggest single make racing series in the country. So as you're going to see this afternoon and tomorrow, lots of really tight, close racing on this really slipstream friendly track.
Now, a lot of people always say to me, these cars, these Caterhams, are the closest thing you can get to like single-seater race cars.
Yeah, I'd say that, and I race a single-seater as well, so it is about as close as you can get, and it's relatively easy to fix when something goes wrong. So you've got the best of both worlds. You've got that very light, agile single-seater feel without a really complicated suspension setups. You know, they're basically road car friendly in terms of fixing bits on the car, so great to go racing.
I was going to say, great to go racing, incredibly fun. I've never heard a bad word about these.
No, and a lot of our members have been racing for a number of years. You know, it's really very addictive, and it's a great club feel. One of USPs is that the driving standards, which when you've got cars that are so closely matched, it's policed within the club as well as by the clerk. So there's a big emphasis on, because the racing's so close, make it clean, make it fair.
Race is so close. What's it like then as a driver when you breathe? Because you just can't, can you? Everyone's on you. You've got 3 or 4 cars around you constantly for 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's a real multitasking thing going on because...
I've got no chance there.
No, us blokes have got no chance. But seriously, it's really important that you're aware. Your spatial awareness has to be really good because there's people dancing around and dicing in front of you. There's people in your mirrors, and then there's people in your blind spot trying to pull a move on you. And at the same time, you've got to watch the revs, the gauges, the timer counting down, the marshals, the flags, the lights. So I mean, it makes it, you know, it's full on, but full on great fun.
I think that's why, Mark, I talk.
Yeah, I'm starting to think as I get older, I might do more talking and less driving.
Mark, thank you so much. Thanks for inviting us down, and have a great weekend, won't you? Thank you. Right, let's hand back to your commentator, Dave Gallard, to take you through the racing action.
Thanks very much, Ian. Cars are on their way to the grid for this second race for the Caterham Sigma 135s, and in fact it is the man we just heard from, Mark Noiro, who has qualified on pole position. Second fastest time from each driver in qualifying yesterday sets the grid for this one. Jamie Winrow, yesterday's winner, is alongside him in car 46. Second row, 70 Tom Power, there he is, the blue and yellow car. And number 50, the reigning champion James McCall. Row 3 is Ben Wheatley, number 53, and 40 of Paul Farrell. Fourth row, Fraser Riddington, he looked quick yesterday, number 128, and 73 Robin Webb in the yellow car. Alaric Barney, good to see he's there. He failed to finish yesterday's race, second in the points last year behind James McCall. Didn't manage to win a race last year though, alongside Richard Groom on the grid, number 23. Then we've got Neil Evans, number 7, third in the points last year, and Alistair Curry, number 29. John Hood, number 12, Lydia Gould in 65 on the 7th row. Then Simon White and Andrew Cooper on row 8. Row 9 is Callum Walker and Darren Holcroft. Row 10, Mike Hilton and Giles Derry. Row 11, Craig Atkins and John Vincent. Row 12, we have Chris Griffith and Michael Kew. Row 13, Graham Walker, father of Callum, who's further up the grid, and Michael Seagal and Merton Wood starts from the back. Hopefully they are all there. It's coming up to the grid at the moment. 135 BHP Ford engines. Very close competitive racing, as those of you who saw yesterday's race will testify. So it's number 27, Mark Noiro, the orange car in pole position. Alongside him, 46, Jamie Winrow, black car with the red stripe. 70 is Tom Power, the blue and yellow machine. And number 50, James McCall in the green and black car, looking to retain his title this year. But Jamie Winrow switching classes for this year. Already a winner, having moved across a division. Saw Ben Winrow out earlier on, taking a second place. Heriting second when Stephen Clark tangled with the back marker in the multi-class race earlier on. They have another race later. Looks like they may have one or two gaps from the back of the grid there. Pick that up in just a moment. Michael Q is there, maybe missing Chris Griffith, possibly there. I think that might be the car we're missing. Just waiting for the all clear. The red lights are now on and they go out. 25 minutes of racing gets underway here at Silverstone. The Sigma 135s are go. Good starts by Mark Noiro, decent start by Jamie Winrow. It's Noiro who will lead the way. Tom Power trying to get around the outside into second place as they head into Abbey for the first time, and he's done it. Fourth is McCall, and fifth looks like Paul Farrell in car number 40. As they head up towards Village for the first time, it is Mark Noiro who has held his lead. A couple of lockups there in the pack. Power into second place. Third is Winrow, then it is McCall and Farrell. They start to stream their way out through the link and onto the back of the circuit, down the Hanger Straight. And Mark Noiro, great start from pole position. He heads the pack into Hanger Straight for the first time. They'll all start to fan out across the straight here. Ben Wheatley didn't make the best of starts in the 53. He's been rather swallowed up. Tom Power going for the lead. Jamie Winrow goes for the outside in the 46. Power's going to go through into the lead. He's done so. And Mark Noiro's been gobbled up. The two protagonists from yesterday's race. Oh, and collision there. That's James McCall and Mark Noiro. The reigning champion in trouble. He goes up onto the grass on the inside of Stowe Corner. Noiro's in trouble as well, I imagine. They'll both be out of the race. Great shame for two of the front runners, and the reigning champion looks like he's out. So another bit of bodywork comes flying off one of the leading cars there. That's one of the wings gone. It's not an Caterham race unless you lose a couple of dozen of those. It's come off Tom Power's car, I think there. Yes, the race leader. Front wing's gone. Jamie Winrow going through into the lead at Abbey as we see a replay of what happened there. Mark Noiro was watching the two ahead of him as he went down to third place there. Oh, he got sideways, missed his braking point, I think, and McCall walloped straight into the side of him. Disaster for both of them, and they are certainly out of the running and probably both out of the race. Looks like there's a fair bit of damage there. That is a great shame. Two of our front runners, including the pole sitter and the reigning champion, out on the very first lap. So they start to sort themselves out. Then it is Jamie Winrow who has got the lead as they head down the Hanger Straight. Paul Farrell up into third. Tom Power attacking for the lead. Battle is joined once again. They're picking up where they left off yesterday, although Winrow starting to pull away. Third place is Farrell. Alaric Barney up into fourth place, desperate for his first win in the series. Out towards Club Corner. A lock up there from Farrell. Fifth place, the number 23, that's Richard Groom. He's going well ahead of Paul Wheatley in sixth position, the 53, Ben Wheatley I should say. There's number 7, that's Neil Evans, third in the points last year, had a fairly quiet race yesterday, chasing Fraser Riddington and Robin Webb here. Over the line they go. Mark Noiro made it to the pits. James McCall has pulled over. Didn't make it back to the pit area. We lost a couple of cars at the start as well, a couple of cars that didn't start. That's the 26 of Mike Hilton, and as I suspected, the 120 of Chris Griffith. Leaders up towards the link. Tom Power starting to reel in Jamie Winrow. Paul Farrell shadowing them there in the number 40. Caterham Academy graduate, as are many of the drivers on this grid. Leaders almost side by side. Winrow moves across to take the line. Alaric Barney looking on from fourth place. It's Richard Groom, Ben Wheatley, Robin Webb, Fraser Riddington, Neil Evans and John Hood. I wonder if Mark Noiro can make repairs and make it back out. Never seems to have much luck, does Mark? Winrow and Power, have they pulled clear here? Power's just on the fastest lap, 1:17.824. They're a second clear of Paul Farrell in third, and Tom Power going for the lead. This is exactly what we saw yesterday. Tom Power up the inside into Abbey takes the lead. And what was happening lap after lap yesterday is Power would take the lead through Abbey, and then Winrow would dive back up the inside into Stowe. We replayed that race during the lunch break. Those of you who caught it will know what I'm talking about. Paul Farrell in third, keeping pace with the leaders here. This is good stuff from Paul, the Londoner. Through the link, they pulled away slightly from Alaric Barney in the black and blue car in fourth. He's got Richard Groom on his tail in the number 23, and he's a newcomer this year. Has only done track days before this season, Richard. He's giving a good account of himself up there in fifth position. Leaders heading down the Hanger Straight. Power up on the outside, and look at Paul Farrell. He's right with them as they head into Club Corner this time. Powell gets the shuffle at Club Corner, goes through, takes the lead. He's done it a bit earlier this time. He's changing his tactics. Normally he waits till they go into Abbey to go down the inside and take the lead. But he knows there's a third car there as well to be dealt with, because Paul Farrell is keeping pace with them. This time, Winrow's going to play Power at his own game. He'll go up the inside into Abbey and take the lead. So maybe Tom Power is reversing his tactics here, but look at the way Paul Farrell is going in the black car with the blue nose. Up on the left, he goes for the inside. He could get second place here. He has got second place. Good move, Paul Farrell, but Tom Power is fighting back. Well, it was a duel between two cars for the win in yesterday's race. It's a three-way fight today. And this is allowing Alaric Barney and Robin Webb to start to tow up onto the back as well. Ben Wheatley getting past Richard Groom there. That's for sixth position. Eighth behind them, Fraser Riddington. Ninth, Neil Evans, and John Hood rounds out the top 10 with Alistair Curry in behind them. 11 cars in the breakaway at the front. Yellow flags at Stowe Corner, so no passing there. Somebody has come to grief. It might be because the JCB's out recovering James McCall's car. This championship does use dropped scores, so James McCall may be able to drop this one. Jamie Winrow continues to lead. Tom Power, is he going to use his patented move from yesterday into Abbey? This time he was outplayed in his own game. Last time through, Fraser Riddington a bit sideways over the curbs there, I noticed. Still in there though. Power to the inside. Yep, uses his move again. Through on the inside to retake the lead. Saw this so many times yesterday. Paul Farrell keeping pace with them. Fastest lap of the race has been done by Fraser Riddington. He's back in 8th place. Can't seem to get the brakes from the midfield though. Paul Farrell's knocked his indicator on there. But notice that though in the heat of battle. Still Alaric Barney and Robin Webb. They've broken away from the pack behind them. They're going after the leaders. 6th is Wheatley, 7th Groom, Riddington 8th, and Evans and Hood. 11-car breakaway at the front in this Sigma 135 second race of the weekend. A longer race at 25 minutes into the right-hander at Stowe Corner. Didn't see if there were still yellow flags out there on the entry. Marshall's recovering McCall's car on the exit. Tom Power continues to set the pace. Desperately trying to break away from Jamie Winrow. There's yellow flags out, we've got a spinner. Oh, that's Alaric Barney. Now what's happened there? He's missing a wing. Looks like there's a bit of damage to the exhaust silencer as well. Has there been some contact in there? Another driver who never seems to have any luck, unless it's bad luck. And now he's down to 11th place over the line. He only lost about 5 or 6 seconds with that moment, but that's what it takes to lose you 7 places. Power from Winrow, Farrell in 3rd, everybody else trying to be 4th. This 11-car breakaway is nearly 9 seconds clear of Giles Derry, who's in 12th place. Down the Hanger Straight, Power still leads. There's a battle further back in the midfield. 65 and the 57 involved there. 188 Michael Koo as well. 65 Lydia Gould, 57 Simon White. Around the outside goes Jamie Winrow. He's taken the lead going into Stowe Corner, so Winrow back ahead. Paul Farrell doing extremely well, keeping the pace of the two protagonists from yesterday, staying there in 3rd place. Through Club Corner, still 16 minutes to go. This and the second Caterham Sigma 150 and Sigmax race, the longest races of the weekend here at Silverstone. Over the line they go, Winrow back ahead. These three covered by less than a second. New fastest lap for Jamie Winrow. 1:17.219. It's not enough to prevent Tom Power from retaking the lead into Abbey. Meanwhile, Robin Webb takes fourth from Ben Wheatley. Fraser Riddington's going well. He's up behind them. Robin Webb looking good here in the yellow and black number 73 car. He's a trophy registered driver like Tom Webb. So looking for points towards the extra awards. Webb heads the next group ahead of Wheatley, Riddington, Evans, Hood, and behind them is Groom. And a gap to Alistair Curry and Alaric Barney recovering from his off at club. Is Winrow going to try and go around the outside into Stowe Corner once again? No, he's not. Don't think he's going to get there. He may go for the inside at club. They're dropping Paul Farrell slightly now. Power to the inside will hold his lead. Winrow will try to fight back. Wing, you can see on the side of the track there is from Tom Power's car. There's Ben Wheatley going steadily, fighting for fourth and fifth positions. Winrow trying to go round the outside at Abbey this time. That rarely works. He may get the line for the left at Farm. Yes, it has worked. Good move, Jamie Winrow. Going to lap Merton Wood shortly in the number 13 car. Paul Farrell closing back up as a result of that move as well. There's a scrap further back, the 77 of Giles Derry. This is for 12th place. 75 Darren Holcroft, the ex-Formula Ford racer. It's been taken by number 60 Callum Walker, the young Scotsman. Leaders down towards Stowe Corner, trying to go around the outside is Winrow. They're absolutely side by side through the right-hander. Paul Farrell shadowing them in third. Winrow to the inside into club corner, he tried to box Tom Power in behind the back marker there, but he's got the move done. Good stuff there. Tom Power had to hesitate for just a split second there as Merton Wood there on the outside, and he's lost the lead to Jamie Winrow once again. Over the line they go. What could Paul Farrell do here? Can he get involved in this battle? Power goes to the inside again. This is his patented move at Abbey, and he's done it again. Towards the right-hander at Village. Robin Webb still in fourth place. Fraser Riddington up to fifth, then Ben Wheatley. Evans, Hood, Groom and Barney. That's your top 10. Barney's got back ahead of Alistair Curry. Here's the fight for 12th place, headed up by Callum Walker now. The 90 of Andrew Cooper on the attack. Here come the leaders, Power, Winrow and Farrell. Webb heading the group in the background. Winrow tries an outside attack, that rarely works at the right-hander at Stowe. It can set you up for the inside run into the left at club. Can Winrow make this one stick? He's there the inside. No, Power's moved across, but Winrow's up the inside. I thought Power had got it covered, but no, Winrow is through. Good driving, Jamie Winrow. Now Paul Farrell tries to move up on Tom Power. They just can't find a way through because they're constantly swapping places. Power will do it again. He'll slipstream his way past Jamie Winrow into Abbey yet again. What Paul Farrell needs to do is try and keep in the slipstream of the car ahead of him as they come off club corner in second place, and then try and slipstream from third to second behind it as they take the lead, because they change positions there every lap. Number 18, that's John Vincent, graduate of the Caterham Academy last year. Still this fight going on for 12th further back. 65, Lydia Gould. She's also a mountain bike racer, battling it out with the 75 Darren Holcroft. Jamie Winrow to the inside, and he'll retake the lead again at Stowe. Or will he? Or will he? Because Power fights back. Round the outside, keeps his foot in. Now they go towards the left at club. Power's going to have the inside line this time. On the brakes keeps his lead. Paul Farrell just wondering how he can get involved in the battle. Over the line go the leaders. Robin Webb's broken from his pursuers and he's starting to chase them down. The yellow number 73 car couldn't seem before for the lead in the second race of the weekend with the Caterham Sigma 135 category run by the Caterham Graduates Racing Club. Continuing to try and make a move on the 75 car there, Darren Holcroft. What's going to happen down the straight this time? Power is back ahead in the number 70. Winrow goes to the outside, trying to set himself up for the inside run at Club Corner. 9.5 minutes remain. Now, what can Paul Farrell do here? Is he going to try and make a move? Yes, he moves to the inside now. Winrow's going to go up the inside of Tom Power. And Farrell hoping he leaves the... No, Power's there on the inside at Club. They're side by side through there. You don't see that very often. Through they go. It's Power who's got the lead into the straight, but that means Jamie Winrow is most likely to slipstream him again into Abbey. Here he comes. And he's going to do it again. Through on the inside. Recovering Alaric Barney's got the fastest lap. He's down in 9th place, 1:16.895. Still the battle goes on, and still Paul Farrell cannot get any higher than 3rd. He just can't get past these two ahead of him. I'm sure James McCall and Mark Noiro would be involved in this battle too, but sadly they tangled in Stowe on the opening lap. Here's the fight for 12th, now headed by Andrew Cooper in the number 90 ahead of Callum Walker and Giles Derry in the 77. Jamie Winrow on the inside, Tom Power on the outside. There's nothing to split these two. Who's got the lead as they head into Club? Power's there on the inside. Yeah, he goes through again. Is Paul Farrell losing a bit of ground? We'll see as he comes over the line this time. The gap was 0.6 of a second. Now 0.72 of a second, so he's not really losing anything major. Winrow at the inside is going to take the lead into Abbey yet again. Through he goes. Terrific battle from the front, just as we saw yesterday. Power to the inside of Village. No, he won't get through there. Number 60, Callum Walker, the young Scots, fighting it out with 75. That's Darren Holcroft. Behind them, the 57 is Simon White. So the battle goes on. Ahead of them is 77, Giles Derry. To the inside, that's a brave move by Darren Holcroft. Through he goes, past Callum Walker. Thought he was going to get up on the curb and lose it there as Power to the inside at Stowe. Holds on ahead of the 46 of Winrow. Paul Farrell starting to get aboard again now. Let's see if he can make a move on them into Club Corner. He's going to the inside there. Here they come. Power's got the lead. Big lock up from Paul Farrell. He's getting determined here to get ahead of Jamie Winrow. He's made a mistake there. Yes, he carried too much momentum through there. He's gone wide. Just rejoins in front of Robin Webb, pushing too hard there, Paul Farrell. He wanted a third in the lead. Sadly, he's dropped himself back and he could lose 3rd because here comes Robin Webb. Goes to the inside as Tom Power continues to lead. Now, has Webb got through into 3rd? Yes, he has. So 73, Robin Webb is now in 3rd place. Still under pressure from Jamie Winrow. Will they swap places again? I'm sure they will. It's a fight further back. 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th places. inside. Jamie Winrow retakes the lead again through Stowe Corner. That's where he's stronger. That suggests to me that Winrow's car is stronger in a straight line. He's able to pull ahead down the Hanger straights. In among the back markers there. That's 55 Graham Walker that was lapped there. Seen his Callum a little further up the order. Up the inside goes Tom Power as they come up to lap the 55 car. That's Graham Walker. Just there, it's not him that was already lapped. Whereas Michael Segal went a lap down earlier. Past Graham Walker, it's still Power from Winrow. They pulled away now from Paul Farrell as a result of his slight mistake. It's now Robin Webb in third place, of course. Fight goes on further back between Holcroft and Callum Walker. Lydia Gould now battling with the number 90 of Andy Cooper. That's for 12th place. She goes through. A few ladies raced with the Caterham Graduates Racing Club over the years. Flick Haig, who went on into GT Racing. Rachel Green, Sarah Reeder as well. Side by side into Club Corner between the leaders. Power from Winrow. Just over 4 minutes of this race to go. It's boiling down to a rematch from yesterday. Unless Robin Webb can catch them up. Let's see what his lap time is as they go over the line. He actually lapped a second quicker that time through, so how far behind is he? Yes, less than a second now. Look at Robin Webb, there he is, the yellow car. Power and Winrow continuing to swap places. I don't think they've noticed Robin Webb closing in on them. There is the 73 car, the black and yellow wasp-like liveried car behind them. Power and the 46 of Winrow continuing to fight. Here comes Robin Webb. Have they realised he's there? They must have done by now. Could be in for a grandstand finish here. Down the Hanger straight. Power from Winrow moves out to the outside, heading into Stowe. He's going to try and round Tom Power. Webb takes a similar approach. Winrow later on the brakes. I don't think he's going to get ahead of Tom Power this time, using this method anyway. Up towards Club. Power from Winrow. Winrow to the inside. Is he going to get the lead away here? I don't think he is. No, Power holds it. Robin Webb keeping the pressure on. He's right with Winrow now. Paul Farrell's going to be up there with them too. It's going to be 4 for the lead very shortly. Winrow goes to the inside. He'll retake the lead, I'm sure, into Abbey. Yes, he's done it. 2.5 minutes to go. Can Robin Webb succeed where Paul Farrell failed and break into the top 2? This is great stuff. Ben Wheatley, meanwhile, is up to 5th. Fraser Riddington's dropped back a bit. He's down to 10th place. Four leaders line astern. Winrow, Power, Webb and Farrell. Maybe last lap this time. We'll wait and see. Jamie Winrow trying to pull away, trying to break the toe. Tyre squeal in the background. Somebody may have had a spin somewhere. Paul Farrell had a look there, going into Stowe on the inside. Couldn't get 3rd place away. Tom Power had a look on the inside at Club. Very close indeed. May get 2 more laps out of this, we shall see. Coming up to the line. Yes, no last lap board, so 2 laps to go for Jamie Winrow. Can he make it 2 out of 2 for the weekend? First time out in Sigma 135. Great drive by Robin Webb up there in 3rd place. Can Tom Power wrest the lead back again and pick up a race win? On the Caterham Enduro relay race here at Silverstone in the past. Hanger Straight. There's a back marker there, he should get out of the way okay. A couple of back markers actually. Here they come then. Paul Farrell was momentarily boxed in behind Merton Wood there. As Winrow to the inside, side by side with Tom Power. So we don't get a repeat of the earlier multi-class race when one of the leaders was involved in a tangle on the final lap. They're almost 4 wide going into it. There are 3 wide going into Club. Oh, that was close. Through comes Tom Power to retake the lead. Winrow under real pressure. He runs a bit wide there, Tom Power on the exits. And Winrow will get it back again. We go into the final lap. Now it's time to plan where you'll make your last attack, your finishing attack. Look at Robin Webb. He's decided to launch his finishing move. Paul Farrell's going through the middle of all of them. Look at this. Well, it's suddenly exploded. Farrell's gone from 4th to 1st in one move. Incredible. Now, has he made his move too early, though? Has he made his move too early? You've got to get your finishing move absolutely right, as we said yesterday, just like in a running race. Winrow round the outside. He'll get 2nd place back from Power. Webb tried the inside. He didn't even think of Paul Farrell there. Has Farrell timed it right? Can he hang on? They've got to go down through Stowe yet. That's where the biggest changes could happen. Here they come. Has Paul Farrell shot his bolt too early, so to speak? He's got to really defend here now. Power to the inside. Paul Farrell made the move too early. Power to one side, Winrow to the other. And here comes Webb up the inside. Winrow's going to try and throw it around the outside of everybody. Is he going to make that stick? Yes, he's done it. That could be the definitive move. What's going to happen at Club Corner between these 4? Here they come. Down towards Club. Winrow's got the inside line. Power on the outside into the left-hander. Power's got it crossed up. He's lost his chance now, surely. It's going to be a double for Jamie Winrow in car number 46. Here they come out of the final corner. Jamie Winrow comes in for the double. Tom Power comes over in 2nd. Robin Webb 3rd. And poor old Paul Farrell, after that move at the start of the last lap, doesn't even make the podium. He will be kicking himself for that. 5th goes to Ben Wheatley. He caught up the lead battlers in the end as well. Alaric Barney recovers to 6th after an off at Club. Then Groom, Evans, Riddington and Hood round out the top 10. 0.8 of a second, the winning margin for Jamie Winrow over Ben Power, Tom Power rather. Ben Power races Legends cars. Rest of the field comes home, will confirm the result shortly. Great battle for 12th as well. It was Lydia Gould who topped out that one. Goodness me. Alaric Barney got the fastest lap of the race on his recovery up to 6th. Sounding the horns as they come round on their lap of honour. And Jamie Winrow, on his debut in Sigma 135, takes a double. Let's take a look at the result then. Jamie Winrow the winner by 0.8 of a second over Tom Power. It's Robin Webb who came home in 3rd, and poor old Paul Farrell made his finishing move too early and was slipstreamed on the Hanger Straight. He has to settle for 4th. 1.2 seconds covers the top 4. Ben Wheatley 5th ahead of Alaric Barney. 7th for Richard Groom. Then it was Neil Evans, Fraser Riddington and John Hood completing the top 10. Alistair Curry next ahead of Lydia Gould, Andrew Cooper, Giles Derry and Callum Walker, one of the young guns of the championship, in the top 15. We lost a couple of our potential front runners there. A tangle on the first lap between Mark Noiro and James McCall, sadly. But a couple of cars were non-starters. Mike Hilton and Chris Griffith, but everybody else made it home. Cracking stuff. Let's head down to Parc Fermé with Ian Waterhouse here from Son of the Drivers.
Wow, oh wow, I can feel the heat coming off the cars here. I'm going to have a quick chat with Jamie. Now, Jamie, you came in, you're shaking your head, unbelievable.
Oh God, I thought yesterday was hard work, but blimey, that was just next level. Me and Tom must have gone side by side through Stowe about 15 times. Like, we were literally inches off each other, and today he was braking later into Stowe, which is the bit that I had on him yesterday. So we were literally going to side by side the whole way. And we managed to get a little gap again, but we were battling so much. We were going side by side every corner. So then the other guys caught us. going on to the last lap into the first corner, I'm fourth because I got such a terrible exit.
Doesn't seem to mean anything though, being fourth. You could go fourth to first in a corner.
No, luckily I nicked one into the chicane and then got a really good exit onto the Hanger Straight, and managed to hold it around the outside of Stowe. And then the last corner was chaos. Well, I think everyone got a load of oversteer, and luckily managed to cling onto it as well. So very happy indeed.
Congratulations,
Thank
Jimmy.
you.
What a way to start the season. I know it means a lot. Fantastic. Don't go too far because Chris wants to have a chat as well. Robin.
Well done, mate. Well done.
I mean, we were in there thinking, right, who are we going to have for top three? We just don't know.
Yeah, I know
And
we
you're
knew
here,
either,
which is great.
We didn't know it. We didn't know either. Could have done with a slightly longer race, I think.
Well, I don't know if our heart would cope with a slightly longer race, but
Yeah, no, or our tyres. They were going off towards the end there. It was pretty skiddy, but
it's getting colder here, isn't it?
I'm not in those cars. I'm sweating like a.
I sit in your car because I'm freezing.
Please do. Yeah, they're lovely and warm.
Look, congratulations,
Thank you.
Robin.
Good
Really,
luck.
really fantastic stuff. It's
great, wasn't it?
Tom, my word.
Nice to see you again, Ian.
It's really good to see you two again. We're making a habit of this, aren't we? I mean, that was sensational.
That was yesterday plus. And yesterday was awesome.
Yeah.
So, side by side with Jamie, he's a great driver, really clean, and we kept it clean. But when I watched the footage back yesterday, it was a bit dull. So I thought I'd let a few more people get involved, overtake a bit more, entertain the crowds.
Doing that for our entertainment. What a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
And, fortunately, we all came home in one piece, apart from my wing.
The racing is just absolutely incredible. Like I said, you're that close at that speed. I mean, what goes through your head?
I'm actually quite calm. It feels like a bit of a test day sometimes when you're dicing like that. Yeah, we were just dogfighting. Only got really serious on the last couple of laps.
Listen, Tommy's picture here at Silverstone. All right, we're not going to let it happen again, are we?
Next year I'm having him. Definitely.
Tom, thanks for being a great sport. Thanks for talking to us, and congratulations. It's been a really successful weekend. Thanks so much. Right, the next race is due to get underway. It's going to be another cracker, so don't go anywhere. I'm going to hand back to your commentator, Dave Goddard, to talk you through the action.